California with the basketball teams. You're never going to believe the fact that they both won state. Right?
Yeah!
Who's the better team, girls or boys? All right, coaches, you're on.
So, it's funny you say that, because I thought I heard the girls say that they won their region, and you guys did not? You guys taking that personally, or no?
No.
All right. Guys, we are here with both boys and girls who won their state. It's not common, but you said it happened in 2009.
2009 last.
So it's pretty spectacular. Coach, what I'd like you to do is just take a second, turn around, and introduce us to your team, and then we'll jump over to the boys and meet those guys.
Okay, so we got Michaela Ortiz.
You have to wave.
Emily Mills. Reagan Bro. Isabella Harvey. Scotland Pell. Sheridan Gates, Riley Willis, Giselle Burns, Gloriana Collier, and Gianna Collier.
I like how everybody had a signature hand wave there.
And we do not have Laura Blackwell or Morgan Jackson here right now, but they are also part of the team.
So, Coach, I know you're missing a couple bodies too. Why don't you introduce us to the boys over here?
Okay, yeah. Holden Jones, Colin Smith, Paxton Murch, Andre Amenderis, Luke Mills, Luca Walima, and Talon Paget.
The tall guys in the back don't fit in the normal seats. Huh?
We had Daryl Russell. He's still out. He had surgery the day after the game. Xavier is just not at school, and Barrios is not at school.
So let me tell you, as a coach, I'm really impressed that you got everybody's first and last names. I think I've been calling all of my kids by nicknames for like 8 years now. So, do you guys have any fun nicknames for these guys that you can say on camera?
No.
No, you can't say it on camera. Or no, you don't have any nicknames.
I think the only one is Scotty P. I don't know if you guys seen that movie. What's that movie?
Meet the Millers.
We are the Millers. And the guy.
I have seen that movie. I don't know where this is going.
No, the guy, Scotty P. You know what I'm saying? So, Scotland Powell, Scotty P. She goes by Scotty, so Scotty P.
Very cool. So, Coach, tell us a little bit about this group over here. We've been fortunate enough to come out and meet a couple of guys individually. Tell us a little about this team as a group. Every team's got a personality. They got characters inside the team. Tell us a little bit about some of these guys.
Yeah, we have 10 characters actually. They're all different in their own way. They make you smile. They make you mad, but together they're a really good group. And I think that's because they've all played together for so long.
So what are you guys doing to make Coach mad? Come on.
Oh, they know.
This guy quietly said, call him names.
I need to hear this from the seniors, because then there'd be no retribution next year. So from the seniors, what are you guys doing to make Coach mad?
I couldn't even tell you.
Coach, don't get
I
mad.
can tell you, it took them a while to understand that they couldn't hear anything I'm saying if they're talking. We've already talked about that this morning.
Boy, that sounds familiar, huh?
They are chatterboxes. They just keep talking.
I haven't said 2 words since we sat down.
Yeah, well, they're camera shy.
Oh, okay. Coach, what about
Ask them how
this
many
group?
times I told them to get on the baseline this past season.
Like 80.
Yeah.
Coach, every team's got a personality. And we've been out here how many times for Athlete of the Week? We did some Aces Awards stuff last year. What's the personality of this group?
They're quite the talkers, especially during practice. They like to talk, and but they work hard. I mean, so I can't really get too upset with them.
All right, so I need you guys to rat out who's the biggest culprit of being a talker.
No, it's not.
So let me ask you guys, is all that talking productive, or are you guys just literally having fun? Both. I know on the basketball floor you got to talk, you got to communicate, right? So it's kind of like preparing to play defense.
Yeah.
That's what we're going with, right?
If that's what they want to call it.
So tell me a little bit about it. You guys had a great run, some great individual performances. I know I've interviewed a couple of you guys for Athlete of the Week. Tell me a little bit about who's the team spokesman out of this group.
Riley.
Hey, that's where all the fingers go the other way. All right, you got nominated. Tell us a little bit about the tournament. You guys excited? Were you nervous? Did you get scared?
Since we made it to state last year, we knew that we wanted to come back and finish what we didn't get to do last year. So we were determined to.
So how did it feel to finish the mission there? Amazing?
It was a great feeling.
Yeah. Now I heard, was this for both boys and girls? It was like a Needles home game up there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
Now,
guys
how-
always travel with a lot of family, which is super
How
cool.
far was the game? I know we talked about it a couple times.
Well, I know I rode in that bus, and it was every bit of 12 hours. So
So 12 hours and it became a Needles home game. How do you guys explain that?
We just had dedicated fans.
Dedicated fans?
Yeah.
I tell you, it's great
Yeah.
support. Coach,
Their fans were only a half hour away,
and you outnumbered them?
Yeah.
at least 3 times over.
So fellas, what's it mean to have that kind of support from your town? I mean, listen, I love my guys. I'm not going 12 hours for, so what's it mean to have that kind of support?
I think it feels good because it just makes us feel at home wherever we go, and especially 12 hours away, it's kind of difficult to do that. So yeah, it's a pretty good feeling.
Yeah, that has to be a pretty special feeling. I know, I think everybody has some roots here. What's that mean to you guys to have the support of your community, the boys, the girls? I mean, every day you're getting all the support.
As far as I can remember, it's always been that way. Always. The Needles fans always travel. They always fill the gym, although it's not that hard to fill it anymore since they changed the bleachers. But there's fans everywhere we go. So it's always been like that.
Coach, support?
No, it was amazing when we came back. They had a welcoming, I guess, party for us, and there was hundreds of people out in this parking lot, confetti. It was huge. It got Coach and I pretty emotional
Yeah.
because it was really cool.
So now I heard Coach you've been riding around with this trophy all over town. You've been doing the same thing?
I have, but
You got to bump it into the passenger seat. He's riding around like this.
well, I know when we got back into town, we just happened to see each other at Wagon Wheel that night, and I walk into Wagon Wheel, and he's got his trophy on in the middle of his table at Wagon Wheel.
Oh, who's Coach having dinner with? The trophy's on the other side of the table.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd named her number 6 because that's the 6th championship for the boys side. So she's number 6, and now I told these guys, and these guys too, when we're in Reno next year, I'll have number 7, and they'll have number 5 or 6, I think it is. So our plan is to keep it going.
Very cool. So let me ask you guys this. I know that, show how many seniors we got here?
We have 3.
You got a whole higher than that. There we go. So you're losing some kids off of a championship team. How do you rebuild? How do you reload? What do you guys got coming up next?
Well, for us, our JV program is pretty good, so we're going to bring some players from there. Luke was one of our JV players, and we brought him up for the playoffs. And anybody that watched could see that he's going to be very important to us next year. So, and I was here over the weekend for the middle school games. It's going to be good for a while. So.
Very exciting,
Yeah.
very exciting. Now, I saw a lot of hands go up on this side.
Yeah. I always say we don't rebuild, we reload. So I think we're losing huge pieces from this year's championship team, but we also got 3 starters coming back, plus some key bench players that'll have to step up next year. Like Coach said, our JV program went 9-1, so we've got a good JV program that are gonna come and help. So we'll be all right.
So now, when we came down here to do an Athlete of the Week maybe a week ago, I think half the dang team was in baseball uniforms. Does everybody play everything out here?
Yes. Yes, that's always been like that in Needles as well.
So now, as
I
a
think these
basketball guy,
guys-
you're like, come on, man, what are you doing? We got to go shoot some free throws? or
Oh
what?
no, oh no, I know exactly how it is, and like 4 or 5 of these guys play baseball, so we were done, Saturday? We got home Saturday, they practiced Monday and played, Wednesday? Thursday? That's just the way it is.
Well, when your playoff run goes long, that kind of happens. And
It's a good thing.
Yeah, that's a great problem to have. Now, you guys had some drama on your side. You had a buzzer beater to win. You had to come from behind a little bit. Tell me a little bit. And now we talked a little bit about the rah-rah speech that someone else gave at halftime. I'd like to hear what these guys thought about that rah-rah speech.
Yeah, well, Xavier and Daryl kind of got into it at halftime, and that led to everybody feeding off them. And
Get a little awkward energy out of that,
the good part of that thing was that they all never thought that we were going to lose the game. They always thought we were going to win. As long as we keep hustling and keep going, we're going to win the game.
So remind me, I think you guys were down by a small margin going into half.
We were down by 8 or 9 at half, and at one point we were down by 13 in the second half. But we changed defenses, and
Fellas, you weren't nervous at all, down 13?
A little bit.
It's an honest answer. I appreciate that. Now, tell me a little bit about what was it like scrapping back from down 13? Was that early third quarter, late third quarter?
that was in mid-third quarter, and the player that was killing us, his name's Tommy Williams, is that his name? Yeah. And we decided at halftime that at some point in the second half, we're going to defend him a different way. We're going to force him to pass the ball, and when he passed the ball, not let him get it back. And when we did that, they had quite a few turnovers, and those turnovers led to buckets for us, and then the pressure was back on them, not on us.
Very cool.
So
fellas, what did it feel like when Xavier made that last basket?
Felt pretty good.
Was anybody screaming, "Pass me the ball"? Now listen, he told me he's a three-point shooter. That's his thing. Were you guys like, please don't shoot that ball, go to the hole?
Well, we all knew he was going to go to. I think we drew it up for him to go to the hole.
Yes.
But we kind of all just got out of his way and let him do his thing.
Very cool.
So that last basket, we had actually drawn up a play on the sideline where we were going to call timeout with like 6 seconds left, because the week before we gave up the ball too soon and lost at the buzzer. So Coach Daniel and Coach Murch said, hey, we're not going to do what we did last week. We're going to make sure we take the last shot. And right when I was getting up, it was like 8 seconds left, I was getting up to call timeout, and I saw Xavier had his shoulder over the guy, and there was no way they were going to stop him going to the basket, so then I sat back down and watched.
Put your hands in your pocket real fast.
Yep.
I wasn't calling nothing.
Nope, just sit down and watch now. So, yeah, and then, you know, when you're Needles, you're the California team, and this serves for both teams, especially up there in the north. You know they're gonna have assistance. The other team is. They tried to put time back on the clock. They did that. Then at the end, where no one touched the guy, they called a foul, put him to the line to try to tie the game. That didn't work, and then that was it. But
You know, I've had a lot of these where I'm like, man, all these cards stacked against us, and you take the loss. It's nice when you get the win.
yeah,
And say, it didn't matter what you threw at us, right?
It didn't matter. It didn't matter. The funny thing is, I seen one of the referees in the airport the next day, and he didn't want to talk to me, but there was nowhere for him to go. So
Got him trapped on a plane for 2 hours.
yeah, so yeah, we had a conversation, and that's all I could say about that.
Probably, hey, listen, it's probably a safe move because you probably have to see those guys again sometime.
Yes,
So,
yes.
Absolutely. So now you guys had a little bit of a different path.
Yeah,
You guys had a pretty dominant back half of your season.
right. We ended up losing our first 2 games and then won 28 in a row.
That's all, huh?
But going in the championship game, you know, we was kind of a different situation. We were so used to being up 20-30 at halftime. We were only up 7. And I remember in the locker room, they kind of had their head, not down, but they weren't up like they usually are. And I told them, you guys, we're up by 7. Why are we looking like this, you know? And talked it up, and next thing you know, we came out in the second half and opened it up. So it was North Tahoe played us a lot differently. Teams normally don't go man against us because we normally torch them, and they applied pressure the whole game, full court, and once we figured it out,
Aggressive fly.
yeah.
Put some needles defense there, huh?
Everything worked out. So, like I said, it was kind of a different path. We were, if you listen to the game and watch the game on the NFHS network, even the announcers before the game were saying this game's over before it even starts. Needles is the far dominant team, so. I mean, the word got out that we were pretty tough. So.
Well, sometimes when there's a heavy expectation, it's tough to live up to, you know, and then just kind of adds fuel to the fire. Yeah. All right, so team spokesman, tell me a little bit about that 7-point lead. And you guys are down? You guys are grumpy in the locker room?
Yeah, I think we're used to it because, like he said, normally we're up by 30 at halftime. So when we were down by 7, we were like, wait.
Oh, we were up 7.
I mean, up by 7. We were
No,
like,
you were
wait.
acting like you were down
I
by
know.
7. You were up by 7.
So I think we were just like, it was more pressure than we expected. Even though we were still up, we were not expecting it. But then we had a good talk, and then we came out.
All right, so who had the good talk? Did somebody have to yell at somebody?
No, I think we pretty much all talked to each other. Like everybody, like each had something to say, and we were all like, "Yeah, guys," and then we all just.
Were you guys surprised by that team coming out with a completely different approach? Throwing a press, going man. Did that throw you guys off a little bit, or did they just play a good game?
No, not really, because we kind of knew. We watched them play Lincoln before, so we kind of knew what they were going to do. But I think it was just pressure that we weren't used to all season. Because I mean, we've never played them before, so all these teams, when you've played them before, you kind of know how they play. But not actually playing them before, just watching them on film, I think just kind of had a different effect on us.
I mean, Coach, you could probably speak to, I think when you have so many dominant wins, you don't face a lot of pressure situations. And then to meet it in championship and overcome, it's pretty spectacular accomplishment.
Yeah, it was, and like I said, they fought through it, and they just didn't. North Tahoe didn't have an answer for our defense. I mean, we held them to 24 points or whatever it was, 20, and they just were relentless on defense, and that's what won us the game.
So I got to know who's the defensive MVP on this team.
Gloriana.
Unanimous. I like that. Who's the team clown? Who's making everybody laugh? No, I bet you ask this group, they say nobody, nobody, nobody. Right?
Oh, no, I can tell you.
Who's the team? Who's the team jokester?
Talent. 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 I have to tell Talent during the season, hey, I appreciate your goofiness, but hold it down a little bit.
Got to keep the situation light, right?
Yeah, he's always got his baskets he tries to make. But yeah,
There's always somebody, right?
yeah.
So every team's always made up of a real unique chemistry of things.
Mm-hmm.
How did that pay off as you guys got into some of these tougher games?
Well, like I said before, our chemistry comes from these kids playing together for so long. But like 3rd, 4th grade, these kids have been playing with each other. So our chemistry comes from that. But we were different from Adrian's team because they lost their first 2. Well, we didn't lose until the 26th game. We won 25 or 26 in a row. And they were so butthurt over that. I mean, it was crazy how upset they were and how angry they were. And that, so the next day when we were at practice, I told them, I said, there's nothing wrong with losing. You're going to lose most of the time. Most of the time, you're going to lose. For the rest of your life, you're going to have losses. And I told them, I said, you show me someone that's never lost, that person's never had a challenge.
100%.
And we were doing layups at the time. I said, see, look, Talent could have just laid that ball in, but he tried to dunk it. You know, so he's taking a chance. You got to take a chance. So that helped put us back. And then when we hit that, when Lake Mead beat us with that 3 at the buzzer in the divisional playoffs, they were butthurt then, but I went in the locker room, I told them, hey, next week, when you guys get a trophy, let's see if they want to trade trophies.
Yeah.
We're going for the big trophy,
That's
huh,
right.
Coach?
And I asked, we were in Buffalo Wild Wings up there, and the boys had the trophy, and I asked Xavier, hey, would you like to trade that for Lake Mead's trophy? Of course not.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. So I want to ask the coaches something. I don't care who answers first or if you speak for both. What does it mean for you guys to bring a state championship back to this school with these groups?
you want to go first?
Go for it.
Okay, so it means a whole lot to me because the last time the school won the championship for the boys, I was an assistant coach, and I had 2 nephews playing on that team. And this group here, Pat Murch actually talked me into it. I said, okay, there's a way that this group can win, and I can help them win. But I will coach the team. You have to do this other stuff. I don't want to get involved in the ancillary stuff.
Yeah.
I'll coach the team.
I want to coach basketball.
Right. So last year, it was a struggle. We started off terrible last year. And towards the end of the season, as we started meshing, we won like 11 in a row, but lost in the playoffs. And everybody would come up to me and tell me, hey, look, your team's going to be better next year. Well, in a way that was true because of some players that we had to bring up. But moving forward, I think every year our team's just going to get better. So it meant a lot to me being here for over 40 years and to be the coach of the team that wins. That means a lot to me.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Coach?
Yeah, it means a lot. Last season we made it to the state championship game and fell a little short. And the hunger in this team's eyes after that game, they within a month later they were wanting to get back in the gym. And a lot of them play year-round travel basketball and stuff, and they really worked hard all summer long. And to get to the goal that we got to this year really meant a lot because last year at our sports banquet, I told them the motto was going to be unfinished business because we didn't quite get what we wanted. So this year, a year later, it's we finished that business, and now it's going to be run it back next year. So it means a lot. So they worked hard. They deserved every bit of it.
So I know we've established a team spokesperson back here. But whomever, what did it mean to bring home that championship for your coach after you guys came up just a little short last year?
A lot.
It meant a lot because we knew that last year we got a mini version of that trophy for runner-ups.
A mini
so
version.
we knew we wanted the bigger version.
What did you guys do with the old one? Last year's runner-up, just tossed it? Or?
I don't know.
No one was driving around with that one?
See, that's what I'm telling them, though, Shane. You see it where they're state champions, you get your own banner. But see, like that one says boys in a league champion. They just add a year
Add
to
a year.
it. That don't mean
The years keep
anything.
getting smaller too. What's up with that? 2011 was tiny.
Yeah,
It's been a short year.
You can barely even see that. But see, when you become the champion, you get its own plaque.
Absolutely.
Like runner-up, there's one for runner-up. They just add a year. But like, who wants to be the league champion? You want to be the state
You want
champion?
your own banners.
That's right. So, fellas, what's it mean to put your own mark up in this gym? I walk by, the pictures, the trophies. You walk in here, there's all this history. What's it mean to be a part of that and put up a big banner, not a year, probably a really small year in 2024? So.
I think it's pretty cool because especially we've wanted to do that since we were real little. Like in playing rec league together and stuff, we always wanted to win a state championship. And this year was my last chance to, and I finally got one, so that was pretty cool.
Very cool, man. Anyone else? Didn't mean anything to anybody else, huh? That's cool. Christy, I know you, I kind of monopolized the conversation. Do you have any questions for these guys?
I just want to say, who's going to speak? What's the best thing about Coach? What did he give you this year? Because I think as the team has unique
Lots of running?
character,
Lots of running?
coaches do. Go ahead.
The IG reels he sends us at 12.
At 12 o'clock at night.
Hey,
And Pat too.
hey, that's one of my
Is
coaching
that
strategies
because
too.
they don't let you sleep sleep. They want you to
You
drill
know-
in your head what you did wrong, what you did right. Be ready for the morning.
It's always something new.
You know
Always
how it
something
is. When
new.
you talk to them, they're not really listening to you. And they're not, so hearing it come from somebody else,
Yeah.
there's hundreds of them. We've sent hundreds. That doesn't even compare to the ones Pat sent me. I don't, they don't get all those.
You only got a piece
I always
of
send it,
it.
and I'm like, oh, Nick Saban thinks that. Where'd you guys hear that before, huh? Oh, yeah. Coach K said that? Oh, I'm the only one,
they-
so.
yeah.
How
So
about
I
you
send them
girls?
to them. Now, I know they see them. They don't always respond, but I know they see them. So,
You think they just click on it and clear you off?
no, they don't. I
messed
hope
up,
not.
guys.
I hope not, but yeah.
How
We
about
do
you
send a
girls?
lot of
What's
reels.
Yeah.
What's the one thing about bringing it home for your coach and what he was giving you?
We had a lot of pep talks during the season. Same with Coach Ricker, who's not here, but he gave us a lot of pep talks that didn't really have it affected us in the sense of, okay, yeah, you're right, let's do it. So it was just nice to do.
See, I have to ask the girls a question because they never heard me until.
Do you open coaches' reels? That's what he wants to know.
No. About my speech on the bus at White Pine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's what.
What was special about that one?
Can't say it.
It was a good one. Okay.
He's gonna hate.
How was the bus ride home? I mean, obviously you guys were all exhausted after winning
That was the
state.
first 10 hours of the bus ride home.
But the first hour had to have been pumped, right? You guys were excited,
Especially
screaming,
with our bus
yelling,
driver.
sleeping.
Oh, we had the
Yeah,
best
especially
bus
Kim.
driver.
Yeah, she's the greatest.
Yeah, our bus driver really hypes us up and she gives us.
Oh, yeah.
She's literally the best thing ever.
So, you guys celebrated Buffalo Wild Wings? Is that what you said?
After the game, yeah,
She's got a bunch of wings.
bunch of wings.
Bunch of wings.
The boys had a heat contest.
Hey, let me tell you, that's a bold move for a 10-hour bus ride.
That did not look good.
It's like you guys are literally right next to Arizona, and sometimes it feels like you guys are a world apart, right? And I will tell you this, collectively, we are one giant community, right? From Laughlin, which you guys play every year, right? Whole different state, further away than everything else. But I will tell you, collectively, the community is very proud of you guys. It is something that is very cool. Like everyone knows, everybody's chasing their own championships, things like that. The community is very proud of you guys, and to see you guys go and do it. And I think that a lot of us admire that you guys do it together. You guys do it as a community from the time you're young, coming up to where you are in high school, and then you support each other going out into the world. So we really want to make sure we came down, sat down, and recognized that. As a community, we are proud of you all. We think it's great. We think it's awesome the way you guys do it. If you guys have anything you want to say to anyone else out there, moms, dads, coaches, haters, listen, you want to send a message to the haters? Listen,
Love you.
Yeah,
I'll
we
tell you
def-
that's called hater fuel. You just gave some hater fuel right
yeah,
there.
we definitely have haters. So, you know, we don't play for the haters. We play for ourselves. And if you're gonna hate, just hate. But we're good with that. We know what we're about, so we're good with that.
Very
But I'd also like to thank you, Shane. You know, Findlay has brought a lot of shine to our program, and we appreciate it.
My pleasure, absolutely my
appreciate
pleasure. I really enjoy doing it, and it's always fun. I just tell you guys to get out here. I get some River City pizza and come out. And, I'm a pretty happy camper out here, so.
Yeah, my aunt lives in New Jersey and talks about these interviews. I don't know how she
We're doing our
sees them,
job.
but
Well, we do our best to put them out there, and I'll tell you, we always pay attention to, what does what, and I'll tell you, the support Needles gets it's through the roof, through the roof. So your community loves you. We're very proud of you guys. If you have anything you want to say to everybody before we get out of here, man, I appreciate you guys. We got them out of class for this, so thank you so much to the school for being supportive. It's a really great accomplishment. It's super cool.
yeah, they might keep talking now because they're out of class, right?
Yeah, hold on. Who's got a rough class coming up? Let's stay and do some more. Somebody has calculus. I know they don't want to go to that. So.
I did. I left.
I want to say congratulations congratulations to you both. And the truth of the matter is Needles is a community that shows up for each other. No matter what sport, no matter how long you've been here, you've got great-grandparents, grandparents, mothers, fathers, nieces, nephews, cousins. You cannot go into one sport with this group of people, kids, without seeing a field of family members. So kudos to you guys. Thank you for showing up for each other. Thank you for showing up for this community. And hey, everybody, have a great day.